Man, I am not good at this. I don't even know if anybody's listening. Let me turn on this fancy microphone, see if that helps. All right, then. Sweet. Can't tell if anybody's here. Trying to use my fancy laptop, see if that helps. Let me see. View my channel. Cannot tell if anybody's in here. It doesn't matter. Oh, all right. I cannot tell if this is working. Oh, my hand's in there. Where is it? Yeah, sweet. Well, it's early. I'll publish this as a regular, but I got me a regular mail subject. This is got to be. It's addressed to S Sleuth, which is cool. I changed my information on my channel to go with just the initial S because I was getting letters and, hey, good morning, sir, for a hat, thanks, capital currency. Oh my gosh, I've hit the big time. The Celtic or Celtic grandma. Is it Celtic or Celtic? Put K if it's Celtic and C if it's Celtic. I understand both. Um, Give me a second to get rid of one of these fancy ear pods, or well, I forget what you call them, wireless headphones. $9.99 plus tax, and they gave me a $2 discount when I checked out. And so far, so good. They're working out. I don't know about this fancy microphone. Celtic, very good. See, so I was right the first time, but I had a 50% chance of being wrong. Yeah. Um, I love the Celtic symbols and like Celtic knots. And my niece is really in, or was in, really into that stuff. I don't know what she's into now. I haven't laid eyes on her in 8 years. But thanks. So just this kind of experiment, trying to get better at this. And I don't know what better means, but just as a diversion, I don't know if you can see that address. It's Pensacola, Florida. I don't feel like I'm giving anything away that way because there's no name. So let's see. And I only know of two stackers, Silver Channel people that have a Florida address. I'm sure there's more than two. I only know of two. Both are, mentors uh, in the stacking community. And one of them is not only a YouTube star, he was also a television star on a Gordon Ramsay cook show, one of those fancy elimination shows. And the other one is kind of famous, I think, in Florida and also in Las Vegas. So I'm going to pull this aside so I don't ruin any anonymity in case. Oh, oh, hello. Oh, wow, I was I was way off. This guy's famous though, Phoenix Coins. He was one of the co-organizers of our most recent stacking channel, Secret Santa. And look at that. Oh my gosh, look at that. There's a little piece of silver in there. Holy mackerel, Phoenix Coins, you are just too much. I can't see what that says through my camera, but it looks like it's maybe 2 gram. This is perfect. I'm going to use this as a mold to make some channel swag. Look at that. I'm gonna have to look at that. I'm gonna have that. That's gonna have to have its own, what you call it, video. And the card is awesome. It says wishing you peace. That's nice. And the best of this holiday season. And it's signed Phoenix. How nice and sweet is that? And oh my goodness, he'd already sent me like this really advanced poker chip in a hermetically sealed envelope that had a Ziploc on it. I don't know how in the heck he got it in there. Um, but you rip off the top just like if there was snacks in there. So that's pretty cool. Yes, very nice, Celtic grandma. Um, Well, great. Thanks for showing up. I got to make this kind of short and sweet because um, I need practice at that, and B, I got to get ready for a workman's compensation doctor's appointment, and that's a misnomer. I've yet to see a physician, but I've seen what do they call them? Nurse practitioner, and I'm very satisfied with her, what I perceive as her knowledge. But the workman's compensation, it's the first time I've ever experienced it as an employee, and I never had to go through it as an employer. So, and that would have been in Ohio anyway. In Hawaii, man, it seems like a racket. My primary care physician didn't even want to talk to me about it. I had to trick him like 3 times, 3 different times during a follow-up visit for a heart attack and stuff like that. But so yeah, I was looking at my yeah, that's really sweet, of Phoenix coin. So I guess I know 3 Floridians that stack. When I say no, I mean no. Um, so yeah, man, I've only been watching and listening to folks in the stacking community for about 3, 4 months now. I think maybe July-ish. I started making videos, and man, I am just all over the page when it comes to changing strategies and uh, fu- goals, future. I don't think. I mean, I kind of think of the future, but not much more than whatever important event, whether it's a holiday, appointments, things like that. Just I don't really look long term because I'm 65 years old and I ain't guaranteed nothing. So I kind of look at tomorrow, which is today already because I woke up. But so yeah, and this life thing, it gives you the skinny. What is that? Is that the portrait versus landscape? So yeah, I got my stage all hamajang out. It's not correct. Then my pre-owned tripod is not doing so great. So let me look at and I learned how to do this live stuff from Liberty Bleeds Silver. So silver, he probably bleeds silver also. But Capital Currency, did I see you were getting into pouring, or was that someone else? No, that's me, Capital. I didn't want to discuss it today because I've been kind of not purposely throwing out teasers, but putting together the studio part has been extremely difficult for me, not only because of my recent physical limitations, because hurt my back at work, um, but then I discovered, oh my gosh, I can't have a bunch of wind. So my original space I had it kind of windy and could get rained on at the same time. So I've changed gears again when it comes to this silver stuff. And so I found a good location, but it's been raining like cats and dogs for the past 36, 40, almost 48 hours. So I haven't been able to move my um, reclaimed, scrounged work cart. I got my brick and all that. I did start to wonder, and maybe you can help me, Capital. Should I get some kind of eye protection? I don't mean for sparks and stuff. Yes, I understand that. But for the intensity of the flame, if I'm staring at I mean, I stare at a lot of, a lot of flames on the YouTube, people melting them either in the crucible or in their furnace or a little bit of both. But should I get some kind of, I'm gonna say like a welder's helmet or something, something really dark, especially something that I can wear my eyeglasses on. I'm trying to follow the chat here. Oh, can anybody hear me? Is my volume okay? Thank you, Capital Currency. I thought so. I might have one stashed on the other part of this tool room that I cleared out in order to get access to that scrounged card. Loud and clear. Great, great. So in honor of Liberty Bleeds Silver, my mentor, um, Capital Currency said, "Good morning, Celtic Grandma with a K, not a C." Um, Silver foil hat, thank you. You're an excellent supporter already. Uh, Pirate. Oh, yeah, I was thinking either pirate or blue collar, but it turned out it was Phoenix. The address kind of looked familiar to me. So I think I sent Phoenix something, but I don't know. I get a senior memory, and I'm just tripping over what do you call them? Senior moments all the time. So volume's good. I can see this chat on my fancy laptop. Good morning, everyone said 40-ounce silver. Great. A new addition to the silver stacking community and channel content creators. And I think he's going to be a star. Capital Currency, we already know he's a star. Celtic Grandma, a new name on me, but she's made 2 or 3 comments already. And that's very nice. I will subscribe to her. I don't know how to do any of the moderator stuff, but I will publish this as a regular video so that you can click on people's names in the chat thingy. But you could, I most of the times I write stuff down and then I go find them. Like I've written Celtic Grandma down and I'm going to go find her. I will find you. That's from the last of the Mohicans. So yeah, Capital Currency, about the pouring. Yes, I answered that. Good morning, 40 ounce. Storica, nice. Hey, y'all. I don't use y'all too much, even though I'm from a hive. Dub C is in the house. Man, now that's a channel. You want to learn something. Matter of fact, I have to learn stuff from their channel. I think it's a man. And so, yeah, but I mean, just all kinds of stuff, especially history, bars, and just you'll recognize him. He got Navajo rug for his background. It's pretty consistent. Storica, Capital Currency, yes. Yes, about the eye protection. Thank you, Capital Currency, because I can't afford to lose any more vision. Loud and clear, he says, 40 ounce clap and Capital Currency. You can get pops, especially if you have any moisture going on. Oh yeah, yeah. I think, and those welder shield face mask gizmos. Those are cool. I've always kind of wanted one, and I wouldn't mind like a blacksmith's leather apron too. I think that would be cool. Um, Celtic Grandma says thank you. Ole Pelekia. It's Hawaiian. It's kind of Hawaiian for you're welcome, but not really. Officially, it means no trouble. 40 ounce. LO. Not sure about all that star stuff. LOL. Oh yeah, you will be. Even if it's just in yours and mine's mind. Dub C, gracias amigo. All right, I'm bilingual-ish. Um, that means thank you. And amigo means friend. You can click on our names. Oh yeah, I did that before. Let me experiment that since you suggested it. I don't like getting personal with people and just clicking on them. Not how, there we go. Add as moderator. Oops, standard moderator, managing moderator. What in the heck? I had a bunch of moderators, but I forgot how to do it. But when I did recently was interviewed, air quote, by Liberty Bleeds Silver, I had to, for something, I had to unmoderate him, and I didn't know what I was doing, so I just unmoderated everybody. Okay, so you can click on our names. Great. Hey, Dub C, great. I clicked on, who did I click on? Whoever said you can click on names. So I clicked on Capital Currency's name. If you see his channel, when you go to his channel, his C's are kind of reversed. It's a really cool logo. It looks like it was burnt into some wood on some of his things, but it's also, I've seen it on silver product that he pours and makes. It's got a really cool, famous flying turtle. Uh, and it's a pretty interesting story. Click on his videos, his list and stuff. You'll learn how it remained flying as opposed to getting a part of its body cut off. Being Becky, hey Becky, thank you for showing up. Anyway, I'm gonna make this really quick while I'm looking at the getting caught up. So I'm caught up. Becky says hi to Dub C, and sorry I had to tell someone I can't fix their heart today. Oh, did you break it? Did you break their heart and then told them to hit the bricks? Better, yeah. I'm safety. I don't know if I'm safety conscious. Yeah, I am, but I'm mostly risk. I try to lower risk throughout my life. So anyway, Yes, I'll be pouring soon. Maybe when I get back today from either getting some good news or bad news or no news. That it's good news to Workstar because they get paid every time I show up, whether or not I get any help. And so, yeah, I might, if the weather permits, I'm going to move that cart, and it's going to be a covered space, covered with a back end of a carport, near a workbench that has a vise already connected to it. Thank you, father-in-law. He passed away last December 7th. So I guess that was 2023, and it's been a rough month so far. Um, Here, my wife and his widow, my mother-in-law, for 45 years. She's been my mother-in-law. Better safe than sorry. So okay, so carry your no carry your. Oh, they pushed out poor quality part. Oh, okay, that kind of bad news. Yeah, air conditioning is important, but I live in the tropics and it's hot here. I got an air conditioner when I first moved back because my bull terrier, Ikaika, who I brought from Ohio, he it's like after 14 months, he broke out in a really severe rash. And I felt like it was heat related because it did get a little warm. It's on the sunniest side in the afternoon, so I got a window air conditioner for him. But I don't even I run my air conditioner. I've had my Tacoma now for almost 4 years, and oh maybe five. And I've only turned the air conditioner on maybe a dozen times just to make keep things lubed and stuff. Sorry, uh, pardon the pun, but yeah, I don't need air conditioning. But I do need heaters when it's 32 degrees, like it might be right now from where I'm from in Ohio. Uh, 40-ounce silver done. Double tap, I mean. Double tap, smash the. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, thank you, Captain Currency. Um, yeah, I can barely do one thing at a time, let alone two or three. And I do have some, it's technically it's coffee, but it's Folgers crystals because I want to be alert when I go to the doctor. And so anyway, so I just posted I tried to do, hey, it's poetry in motion. I tried to do a dub C by doing a premiere. It was real short, maybe 2.5 minutes or something like that, having to do with proofs versus collecting. I am no expert, trust me. I didn't even know, gee whiz, I called it hoarding and stashing silver about 1998. And I don't think I ever heard the term stacking until about 3 or 4 months ago when I discovered you folks. Um, Definitely didn't hear the word premium. I and there might have been, you know, I and I didn't think about it back then, but a lot of this stuff now. When I discovered the United States Mint website, without knowing the actual term premium, I discovered it because man, it was crazy expensive compared to what I was paying for, single. I call them Lucy's. You pick them up in the garden bins. Sometimes they were all bust up like this one. Whoop, that's kind of milky. I don't know if you can see that. Kind of milky. Some of them are. Uh, uh, Again, I learned the term toned just recently. I know some of these are very toned. I used to just call them. What do you call it? Toned. uh, and actually, I thought, somewhere along the way, I was thinking, wow, it's kind of like patina, on certain antiques, especially um, pottery, the crazing lines. I did antiques for quite a while. I had to take care of my dad full time. So anyway, back to the oh, that's furnace food. It sure is, except I don't. I probably will melt an eagle. I don't just for the video, but I get some maples and philharmonics that I mean they are holy mackerel. They are pretty milky, and they might have been. I don't think they were that. Had those things for a long. I don't. I didn't ever paid attention to milk spots. I looked at them in the coin shop when I bought them. If I bought and sometimes I'd be able to buy a roll, and sometimes they were all mixed up. Sometimes we're all the same year. At the coin shop, even if I was buying three or four at the same time, he would dump them all out and I'd look at them. But after not, I wouldn't look at every single one of them. I didn't care. I was buying this stuff for weight. I, I guess I've reconnected. I'm live again. So I don't know if I'd have gotten that stuff. You can't change history. And I wanted to be a hoarder. I guess now we call it stacking. I wanted to have enough silver to feel comfortable for the future in case of, and I'd already learned about, the Federal Reserve. I read The Creature of Jekyll Island. I'd already learned about, Hayek and Mises uh, and Murray Rothbard. Wow, that guy's a great writer. And Ron Paul. And then I read some fictional novels. So I was really paranoid. I was looking for SHTF every day when I woke up. So I had to be prepared. So food, I'd already been a prepper since 77 in the blizzard. I didn't want to live without food and warmth again. So I worked on my food preps, worked on my investment preps, worked on my, you know, learning about debt and credit card preps, learning that I don't need to stack hangovers and Crown Royal bags anymore. And so eventually I started buying stuff on a schedule and I discovered these proof stuffs and, they really weren't that much more expensive than just buying, a nice one of these. Maybe not the one out of the bargain bin. I think the nice ones were maybe $1 more than the one I'd get out of the ice cream plastic pail or a cardboard box with a fancy sign. So I started collecting instead of stack, because I just fell in love with them. And I thought, oh, that's a 1995. I thought, well, that's cool. And I wasn't thinking about future appreciation because it's a proof. Maybe I thought it about a little bit, not at first. And so then I discovered the US Mint. I got the internet and got the .com, usmint.com, and I really quickly realized. So I just started, that's easy. Oh, wow, that's expensive compared to what I was paying for in the local coin shop. But I didn't do that for very long because after about a year and a half or 2 years after I bought my first proof from the Mint, I discovered that, oh man, if you just be patient, you can find these things on eBay for way less than what the Mint was selling them for. So, so I just did a short video, not very long, believe it or not. It was only like 2.5 minutes. I'm working on that, and I'm looking at my time here too. I don't want to go too long. I've got an alarm set because I got to go to the doctor. And I might shave, I might not. I'm lazy. I grew a beard for November in honor of Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, and it was torture the whole time. But anyhow, so I did this video just recently, and I don't write stuff down, so it was about collecting versus stacking, kind of egocentric, but not too much. And I am here to. I don't know what I am. I think I stack. No, I collect stacks. How's that? 'Cause I don't have any numismatic stuff. I don't think this numismatic or is this semi-numismatic? I see a lot of people talk about the Fijian turtle round coins, all these really beautiful coins, which I didn't know existed. I tripped over some neat stuff, like pandas and kookaburras and get a couple big Perth kilo coins. I think one was a kookaburra and the other one's a dragon. So I didn't pay attention to that stuff. So this is probably kind of semi-numismatic, but some of I've kind of discovered. I haven't put a whole lot of effort into it, but some of the years on eBay, at least, not the listings, but the ones that have actually sold, do seem to go for a little bit more money than the others. Now this thing here, it's not even an official silver American Eagle proof. This is 1 year, 2009. They didn't make a proof. I don't know why. Maybe they just didn't have enough silver, or who knows. But there's a guy named Daniel Carr, and he has an old retired press, mint coin press, retired Denver mint coin press, and he made this thing so I actually have a 2009 proof, so to speak. That can't be numismatic. I don't know. I think it's made off of another eagle of a different year. But he got the year on there, 2009. He switched it up somehow. Guy's probably pretty smart. I got other stuff. I got a few of his little gold coins, 10th ounce thingies. But so yeah, I made a video, a short one, just to try to, get some conversation stimulated. And so these are not numismatics, or are they? I don't know. I'm gonna look at the comments, see if anybody answered. See if I get caught up. Double tap. Okay, so I'm caught up already. So we're done. Capital Currency. Oh, that's furnished food. Yeah, that's right. Um, my first melt is gonna be a harmonic. Steely the Stacker sent me a homemade pour, a nice chunky 1 ounce bar. Got really neat stamping on it. And he made it from silver that he makes himself via kind of like a 3 tips type technique, electro something or other, using crystals. He sent me some crystals too. And he already has a maple coin, but he doesn't have a Philharmonic. So my first melt, my first real melt is going to be a Philharmonic for him. Anyhow, so I'm a stack collector. That's right. I think that way because I stack stuff. I stack more stuff. Precious metals are really kind of low on my stacking list. Long-term food and well, salvation first. And that's one stack. Always stack. Um, Long-term food, water purification multiplied. So I've got a main Berkey filter that I use daily. Uh, and then I've got one stashed, which was actually made in England or made for the UK. That's kind of cool. Never been used. I stacked the black filters. I don't worry about the fluoride filters. I don't care. I grew up with fluoride. I stack survival gear. I stack camouflage, USGI camouflage clothing, especially trousers. I stack fire creating kits, methods. The Bic lighter, I'm not a purist, so a Bic is my go-to to start a fire, but you got to be able to rub some sticks together. You got ferro rods, you got all kinds of stuff. Really fun. So, and then somewhere along that line, and investments, you know, um, whole life insurance, annuities. Once that's kind of a Ronco type thing, set it and forget it. Although you can't forget it, but eventually you don't have to put any more money in it. Once it reaches maturity, you're fully vested, and you just reinvest your I'm going to call them dividends, but it's probably technically interest. So I stacked all that stuff. Yeah, and then PM's precious metals come in play. So for 8 years, I didn't buy a single precious metal up until I met you folks and got reinterested in buying silver and gold and making videos and all that stuff. I felt like I had enough. Um, so my last purchase before I met you folks, again, I met you about 3, 4 months ago, was in 2016, late 2016, right before I moved back from Ohio to Hawaii. I highballed my budget to bring my house out of the DIY style, out of the 1970s into the 21st century in order to sell it and or rent it. Ended up renting it to people that want to buy it. But I bought 10th ounce American Eagles. I didn't pay a premium. I know for a fact because I paid for my 10th ounce equals 1 ounce, the same price that two people that I took. I was leaving, so I'd give them all kinds of survival gear stuff that I couldn't ship or wouldn't ship here. Berkeys. One of them I gave my Harvest Right freeze dryer, all kinds of goodies. They're close friends, and we were like-minded, and I didn't want to see them run into any trouble in case something were to happen. Chaotic. Doesn't have to be SHTF, but SHTF can make any form. I think. I think I said this the other day. Oh, somebody banged into my car and didn't leave a note. That's a SHTF. Oh, I had a heart attack and I got bills to pay. That's a personal SHTF. So it doesn't have to be an EMP or World War III or IV or any of that stuff. Dollar crashing, devaluation, stock market crash. I'm 65 years old. I've experienced quite a few SHTFs, just in my opinion. But anyhow, so That's it. I don't know what else to say. I need to keep this short. I'm really excited. Oh, there's my mentor right there, Liberty Bleeds Silver. Maybe he could, if I knew how to hook him up like he did me with the, but it took an email and I had to click and click, and then it took me probably 3 minutes to find a little microphone that was X'd out so that he could hear me, and it was good fun. It lasted about 2 hours, and I don't have much fun nowadays, but Liberty's trying to teach me how to have fun. He's kind of like the little brother that I never had. And I'm pretty sure I would have picked on him until he was big enough to, beat me up, and then I would have been nice. So in honor of Liberty Bleeds Silver, I'm going to go back to looking at the chat because I'm pretty much done. I'll look to see if anybody's commented on, is it collectible? Is it numismatic? Is it worth this stuff? Here's a good question. I'm not going to hold you to it either. I'm thinking this stuff takes up a lot of space. It really does. Although I recently found a pretty neat container that holds all this and keeps it pretty safe. I wouldn't bury it in the container thingy I got. I'm thinking, and I want to convert it to something that's a little bit easier. I mean, look at it. And I think it was, I forget who it was, said, how much can you fit in a 50 caliber ammo box? Well, I know with a 22 long rifle subsonic camo box that you can't put a whole lot. I'd need 3 of these. You know how many of these things you can fit in a 22 long rifle caliber ammo box, metal ammo box? Oh my gosh, a lot. But they're really heavy, so I don't recommend it. You know, put maybe 10 or 15 of these tubes in there. I don't know how many ounces that is, so that'd be 200. So maybe 250 ounces there, and then stuff an old T-shirt in there, or maybe a gun cleaning cloth to kind of fill it up so they don't rattle around and stuff. Definitely a lot easier to get out of Dodge or into your Dodge if you have to get away with a bunch of silver really quickly for whatever reason. But I'm thinking about peddling these off and turning them into something like this. So, and I'm in these things right. I'm too old to be greedy now. I'm space minded and I got a spacey mind. But I mean, look at the difference in storage there. That's neat. Now, if I could get more than 35 bucks for this, that wouldn't hurt my feelings. I don't even know if these things sell for $35. I'm sure they're going to sell for whatever at least spot is, or maybe a little over spot, no matter who you're selling it to. Even the Vermilion, he has a neat term. I don't know if you're familiar with Vermilion Enterprises on the YouTube, but he's a coin shop owner. So I'm not sure this is retail friendly in his eyes because it does have a little bit of maybe milky haze. But he has a term called retail friendly, and I guess it'd be not optimal retail friendly. What year is this? This is pretty shiny. It's got to be an 88, 7, or 9. Yep. I feel like an 88, 7, and 9, they seem shinier. And that's not a proof. I don't think it is. No, they just seem a little shinier than some of the other years, especially 86. I got quite a few. Oh, speak of the devil, there's an 86 right there. They're just a little, there is a difference in shininess. I don't know if you can pick that up on my Lamo studio light. It's dark here still. What time is it? It's 0604. Sun's gonna be coming up in about 25 minutes, and I will be in the shower by then because I'm gonna wrap this up. But first, I'm gonna look at chat, leave some comments. Maybe give me something to discuss. Those I got here a little late. I got a Christmas card from Phoenix Coins, totally out of the blue, with a little piece of silver, 2 grams, I think. I don't. So, yeah, it. I cannot tell, but it's perfect. It's cute, and I'm gonna make a mold out of this thing. Um, so let me look at the chat and let you guys go. I really appreciate you showing up. Let's see here. So I'm kind of done. Let me see. I'm kind of done over here. Yeah, I'm kind of done over there for now. Let me see here. Oh, I need a cigarette. I'm thinking about quitting smoking on January 1st, but I'm thinking that's a fail. Oh, Dub C. Okay, well, I don't want to get ahead of myself. Dub C. Let me see that. Okay, Furnace Food. Uh, Sorry, bopping in and out. Hey, no problem, Dub C. You are the man. I'm just flattered that you showed up. Oh, any of you folks. Storting, Starika. You and I are going to get along really good. That's a good one. I'm stealing that term. Thank you. Have you patented it yet or copyrighted it? Anyhow, so capital currency, I went through that. I went hard after 2008 on prepping. Still do, but not like I used to. Yeah, you don't have to. Once you, uh, for me, I don't have to. I just rotate. Now, it took me 8 years after I moved back to build up my food preps, especially in Hawaii. Oh my gosh, and everything was more expensive. I don't know what silver was selling for in 2018 or 17 when I got back. Like I said, I had kind of felt I was comfortable with silver and gold stash. And one of the first things, and I mailed it here, disguised, all of it disguised in priority mailboxes. Well, at least back then, and that was half as cheap too. Everything seems to be double. But Stack Collector, and I like that. These are really good. These are actually better channel names than Silver Sleuth. Um, I like that Stack Collector. That'd be a good channel name. So yeah, capital. So I rotate. Sardines are probably my most commonly rotated food because I eat more sardines than anything. I don't. You can't. It's hard to stack eggs. I know there are ways you can dehydrate or can, and canning's such a misnomer. That's one thing I haven't gotten yet. I did not go back to canning, with a pressure cooker and glass jars and the lids and all that stuff. There was a lid called Tatler that was reusable as opposed to having to get a new lid, whether it was Mason or Ball or Kerr. But I bought some of those and had them in my press, but I think I ended up giving them to my other Becky, who uh, was with me when I got my last gold. She got her first gold and a bunch of silver. So yeah, I rotate, but I did a well, since I have been back, I did some prepping videos, but I ended up having to get rid of all that stuff, all those videos. I had to delete a bunch of stuff because of my attitude towards the cough cough that I gladly shared without any editing, and that was my demise. That was the end of Angus McPrepper. Um, Liberty Bleach Silver says, "Hi, howdy, Angus. What's up? Howdy." I've said howdy and y'all now twice. Well, more than twice. Just in this video than I probably have for the last 2 months. And the last time I said it was accidentally on a video because it's used quite frequently in the chat. It's hard to get away from. Mr. and Mrs. West Texas Stacker, thank you for stopping in. They have a great channel. Mr. Former Marine, United States Marine, actually was stationed, as the crow flies, you got to fly pretty high over some mountains. Not very far, maybe 8 miles from where I'm lounging right now, trying not to get wet. Um, so we got WTS. Okay, so that's West Texas Stacker. Lee says hi to Dub. Capital Currency. Dub C's. Okay, so Dub C is going to be doing a video of Daniel Carr pieces. If you had to pick between what I would have to say about Daniel Carr or anything, and what Dub C is going to come up with for Daniel Carr, I highly recommend tuning in to Dub C's upcoming video, whether it's a live or pre-filmed. I'm sure I'm looking forward to it because he might actually show something that I got. These little cute little gold things, and they're nice. They look like they look like officially minted stuff, not something that somebody like me is going to be trying to pour in their carport. No, this is really professional looking stuff. So who else are getting any new? know your names. Crank the volume. I can barely hear you. Well, I already did a volume check, so maybe I don't know. Can you hear me now? Um, wasn't there a commercial like that? I think it was a cell phone commercial. Can you hear me now? Okay, so we got read some chat. That's what I'm doing, Liberty. Um, forget how to do it. Oh, here we go. I gotta click this thing. Okay, so let me see. So my first one, obviously. Boy, there's been quite a bit of chat. Thank you, folks. I haven't been paying much enough attention. Okay, so rewind to Dub C's going to do a video of Daniel Carr. Uh, great, great opportunity to learn about a really neat precious metal subject. And if you try to Google Daniel Carr, there's some kind of sports star. I don't know whether he played hockey or basketball or something like that. That's not the Daniel Carr you're looking for. But you can skip all that. Just go to Dub C's channel, look on his playlist or his video list, and type on that little magnifying glass at the top, and it'll show up. Um, and hopefully you have your notifications turned on for his channel because it's never too late to learn something. That's one thing I have learned in my advanced. I'm chronologically challenged. I'm not old, so I haven't got to the point whether Liberty can hear me or not. Crank that volume. I got to the comment though. Liberty Pussies, I know I'm old. Don't make me complain about elderly abuse because you won't turn it up. I'll turn it up, all right. Just started Crown. You just started stacking Crown Royal. Hey, you want to buy some? They got all kinds of colors. Um, what's a Berkey? Berkey is a water purification uh, unit. You can get them in all sizes. I think the minimal size you can get is maybe a gallon and a quarter, and you can get them up to 5 gallons. The bigger it is, the more expensive it gets. They're generally made out of stainless steel, both ends. The spigot that you get for the regular price is plastic, but you can upgrade to a stainless steel spigot. Uh, I think the filters are good for some ungodly amount of gallons of water. I'm thinking 10,000 gallons of water. I don't know. I take them out. I get a lot of use out of them. I take them out occasionally. I say occasionally on a schedule, about every other month. I mark it on my calendar. And I scrub them, hot water, and then I prime them again. But they're good. But it's very controversial. Some people say, oh, no. I've actually done some research. There is a much cheaper version, or much cheaper product. It's called Zero Water. I haven't found it here new in the stores, and I haven't found it here pre-owned in any of the thrift stores. But Zero Water does a really good job of taking everything out for oh my gosh, probably 5% of what it would cost, 5 to 10% of what it would cost you to buy a Berkey. But you don't want to have just one way to purify your water. I've got two Berkeys. I've got 3 or 4 different man, the names escape me because they're brand new. They're still, new in the box. Hmm. Anyhow, I forget the brand name, but there's all different kinds. And then I've got quite a few life straws, which are great. Um, I have drank water through my life straw out of the Ohio River, maybe a half-mile downriver of some kind of nuclear facility in Ohio, on the Ohio River. Yeah, I won some money doing that, on a dare. So yeah, Berkey water filters are good, but it's not the end all. Uh, again, if you Google filters or whatever, water purification, you can make a homemade Berkey with a 5 gallon bucket and charcoal and sand, and of course you need water. But I can take my water catchment water, whether it's off of the roof or without the roof steering it in a gutter, and purify that, and you can drink it easily. Do I do that? No, I don't have to yet, but if I have to, I could. Now Liberty Bleeds. Oh, here, let me make you a moderator. Remember, you said, I forget what it was, but you said you couldn't do something. You couldn't answer my question or something because you were a moderator. I forget what that was for, but you're in the bleed, baby. Burk on, Dove. Yeah, Dove C, it doesn't surprise me that Dove C, Capital Currency, all you folks know way more than I do about pretty much everything. Now, sometimes you jog my memory and say, "Oh yeah, I knew that." Just recently, I forget what it was. I said, "Oh, I'm trying to figure out how am I going to make these molds? What am I going to use as molds? Because I guess these graphite ones you can purchase, which I did. It came with my Poor Man's Crucible kit. I guess they wear out. So, you ever heard of Silverpunk? He uses like a sand cast method with these special clampy mold thingies. I got one of those. Looks just like his. Um, and but then I remembered, oh, I used to sculpt with. I tried real clay, and I was good at it. Just took more time, pottery and stuff. But I used a kiln, and man, that thing just sucked the electricity big time. But then I discovered polymer clay. So I'm going to be making some molds out of polymer clay and see if that's successful or not. I'll probably use other coins, like the first harmonic I melt. I'm going to make a mold out of that, maybe, unless Steely wants a bar like he sent me, and just kind of just change its form from a pretty maple that's pretty milk spotty into hopefully a round that's not too milk spotty, but I will definitely put milk spot logo on it somehow. Okay, numismatics equal has a denomination. Well, most of my stuff has a dollar sign on it. Even the Canadian ones are dollars. Yeah, I don't know what the harmonics say if they've got an Austrian dollar value. Dollar, I use that term loosely. But it was so cool. I guess I have some numismatics. The only coin that I would, even with what I've learned from everybody on these channels, would be I've got it's the first non-jewelry piece of gold that I ever owned. I traded some golf clubs and some balls and tees and stuff like that. Accoutrement, the bag, golf clubs with a nice bag, staff bag, for I don't know what year it is, it's 18 something, 1890 something, Liberty Head double eagle, which I'm not even sure it's officially a double eagle, but just a big gold coin that the United States Mint made. I couldn't tell you if it's been cleaned, although I don't think so. I can't tell you for sure, uh, what it would grade out. Don't care. But I guess that's probably numismatic-ish. I would think so. So I'm caught up in the chat almost. He said capital currency. He would know numismatics equal has a denomination. Being Becky, I like the Crown Royal bags. I always look out for them and about haven't found one. Well, Becky, get on my channel, uh, the main page thing. That my address is on there. S Sleuth, PO Box 50, Pearl City, Hawaii 96782 dash 9999. And my email's on there. Send me an email. I'll send you a Crown Royal bag with channel chip and it's called channel swag, but I don't have no stickers, so you'll just have to put up with some really ugly piece of silver that I somehow turned in out of a harmonic or a maple leaf. And the mystery hasn't been solved. Did AppMex uh, scam a couple of our channel members with their recent faux pas when they were pricing their um, some, maybe it was a lunar coin where somewhere between them and their jobber, quote unquote, Walmart, somehow they mixed it up, maybe accidentally on purpose. But if I find out they're a scam, I'm going to melt my only two AppMex bars, which are not vintage, but I know they're at least probably 14, 15 years old. I don't know if that qualifies as vintage. They look pretty generically plain, if you ask me. And Apex just doesn't seem to be popular even before this latest controversy. So Liberty Believes Silver wonders if gun cleaner would remove milk spots. It might. I don't. I tell you what is the best thing to remove milk spots from your mind is just to bury the suckers out of sight, out of mind. and deal with it later someday, or not. Let your heirs deal with it. Sleuth sent me my first one. What? Oh, Crown bag, Crown Royal bag. Wow, that was your first? Oh, that's right, because you said a story about your grandma. So maybe she stacked Crown Royal bags. Or no, you put it on her cat bag. You'd have made a good young brother, baby brother. So Being Becky says, I'm mainly a numismatic collector, but also stack. Yeah, you and me both, it turns out, Becky. Appreciate you joining the club. It was missing the bottle. Yeah, I give up poison whiskey. So that's a story that you don't even want to hear. I've got a video, I think, out there. Not me, but one of my Angus's about why I quit drinking. It's a sad story. Not that sad. I guess I didn't hit total rock bottom. But when you wake up in the back of somebody else's pickup that's not yours, that's parked in a little itsy bitsy town that's not yours, it might be time to question your drinking strategies. Anyway, Capital Currency says, Liberty Bleed Silver, watch my last short. That's how you clean milk spots. I hope he just melted the daylights out of him. I know Capital is a melter. But I like that silver shot stuff. Don't get me wrong, that's cool. I'd actually think if I were to get an ounce or five of those things, I'm not sure I'd want to melt them because they look pretty cool. And maybe you could figure out how to, instead of melting them, reload them into a 12 gauge shell in case, SHTF comes with vampires and stuff. So Liberty thinks he knows what happened to it. Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. Will you link it right here at CC? Awesome. Big Becky. I think I saw that on a video at Liberty Bleed Silver. Cool. Yes, I did a couple videos with it. That was an amazing package. They must be talking about that Crown Royal bag. Wow, I did not know that they were not common, super common. Because I don't talk to people, and I especially don't talk to people about drinking Canadian whiskey. Read some chat. That's what I'm doing, eyeballs. Being Becky, happy. What Being Becky? Being Becky says happy something. 2000. Oh man, I'm just horrible at computer stuff. Okay, happy 2025 at Storica. Yeah, happy. Can anybody believe it? 2025. That is that's spooky. Um, Capital Currency. I just tried to link it, but they changed how to do it, and I couldn't figure it out. LBS, it's actually 3 back. Wow. I tell you, if Capital Currency can't figure it out, uh, I ain't. Don't ask me. Thanks, man. I appreciate you trying. I will definitely check it out. But I got to hear him read these comments, hopefully. Okay, Dad. Be there in about 4 hours. It's funny not the real way to clean milk spotting. I used to crunch on it because it was furnace food. Yeah, nice brush. I was thinking maybe a, a hair dryer, like a blow dryer, the kind that they used to use back in the big hair days. Was that 70s? Uh, Great. Now I need to pull out my dictionary. Homeopathic for that one? Uh, my dad was totally not homeopathic. When I was growing up, all the pills that I got were all the same size. They were sugar pills that were were laced with all kinds of stuff. He learned from his best friend since the 1930s, early 30s, Charles, because Charles's dad, Edgar, was later on in life was the only physician, MD, allowed to make and prescribe his own medication. And so he got my dad on the homeopathic uh, binge lifestyle. But yeah, he's weird stuff, belladonna and arsenic, all kinds of, in really, parts per million pieces, all kinds of tinctures. Had a tincture for everything. And that's, it was in the same cabinet as methylate and mercurochrome and all that. Liberty Believes Silver says home style pharmaceuticals. That's sort of. I heard that you might want to do an interview with me. That would be cool. Oh man, you better do your homework, Liberty Blade Silver, because you might as well just have an interview in an encyclopedia. Dubsy says, I don't know where you got that idea. But yes, he will. Now that's something to look forward to, folks. I heard that. I think it was Verizon. Okay. You should go away from the second floor. Go away from the second floor voice. I don't know if that's directed to me, but I'm outside and I kind of got to keep it quiet. There's a link in my own chat channel thingy. Dubs capital currency link Dub C. Um, did I make Dub C a moderator? I just poke and hope on these buttons. I never would have dreamt that anybody would want to, or yeah, doesn't matter. Heard this kind of great for storing hangovers. Yeah, they are. Um, I don't know. I would just rather use a paper bag to kind of, whistle beef into instead of a crown bag. But they do clean up. No, it's white and won't let me cut and paste. YouTube changed the whole post channels thing. Yeah, some of the channels you just click on the avatar and you don't even need the link. It just something about visit channel or something. I click on all. 7 stacks. Hey, hey. 7, thanks for joining. I'm flattered. Um, the poker chip, um, the Mrs. Potter of poker chips in the channel. Probably the world's largest known collection of channel stacking poker chips and all other kind of channel types. Awesome. Thanks for showing up. Capital concern. Maybe this will work. And I see a link show up. Capital, would you be interested in laying down a bass and drum track? Wow. I noticed there's a lot of musicians, guitar, drum, ukulele, that are also silver and gold enthusiasts, whether they be a stacker or a collector or a stack collector. That would be cool. Sobriety and Silver stops in. Hey, hey, good thing we're done talking about booze. Because Sobriety's on his 1123 day, third day of waking up sober because he went to bed sober. I can appreciate that. He asks LBS, what's up? Thanks, brother, with a bunch of wrenches. Space Miners here. Hey, hey, hey. Osmium. Man, I got quite an education on osmium in the last 24 hours since I watched we had like a super live. And turns out that osmium is kind of a leftover from platinum. Am I correct? And so that's kind of cool. Now I'm kind of in the osmium. I don't have any, but I definitely I've seen the light, so to speak. A capital currency. Well, crap. He don't know. Shakes fisted YouTube. He tried. Um, Liberty bleeds silver. Silver and sobriety link. Thank you, Liberty. Thank you, sobriety and silver. If I miss anything, it's because I can't hear. Can you hear me now? Um, maybe my microphone is turned off. No, it's on. Oh, you know what? Yeah, it's connected to this thing. So I can't help you, Liberty. Um, is it cold? You wearing earmuffs, or do you put one of those like face mask and ear mask on in order to get to sleep? I don't know. Okay, so you got to take the phone away from your ear to drop rings. Well, yeah, I can relate. I feel your pain. Space Miner thanks Liberty for something. Capital Currency says hey to 7 sacks. Man, this is like a VIP group of people showing up. I'm extremely thankful. Liberty Bleeds and Space Miner talking about stage presence. Booming voice. Oh, yeah. Dub C's got a radio voice. There's a bunch of radio voices out there. Really good. I have a face for radio, but apparently not a voice. So, let's see. Catholic Currency says we got to figure out how to make this links blue. Why did they have to change things? I hate change. It might not be YouTube. It just might be sleuth tube because I don't know if folks are familiar with what a bocce is. It's some kind of Asian term. It's like a jinx. I'm a jinx. Ben Becky says, good chat. She got to go take the dogs for a run. See you later. Thank you, Ben Becky. I can hear Forrest yelping in the background, and it is, that's close to chow time. Not the CHIO, CHAIEO. It's not the French chow, but the real chow, food chow, chow chow. He's not a chow chow. He is a bull terrier. Capital work right. I'm going to get through this chat, and I'm going to get out here. Dub C, hey, blew me. I blued you. I thought I blued you. Oh, it's that's some kind of euphemism. Um, like that. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of chat. You guys are awesome. Okay, so I got to the beaming voice. Becky's gone. She gone. Thank you, Becky. Please see, give a comment. Lots of code in the chat about jamming. So it looks like I bring people together. Sobriety and Silver wants some swag, poker chip. Send me your address, Sobriety and Silver. My email's on my channel page. I might even have yours already. I think I have, but just in case, I got to write stuff down. Silver, California says, LBS, my drums sound like crap when I record them. I need to figure out a lot. I'll work on it though. That's neat. Dude, that would be sick, yeah. And we'd all have basically have like front row tickets for free. Free. Doesn't have to be amazing quality, just do something for fun. Limply Bleeds asks if he sings. FG Stacker, hey yo, what's up, FG? Man, talk about a trip around the world. Whoops, go to channel. FG Stacker, I might have lost y'all. FG Stacker has like a world currency, a world coin collecting, what you call it, a challenge, or it's more like a quest. He got coins from all over the world, and it seems like quite frequently he's adding to them. So whether he's getting them from all these different international countries or not, I don't know. But I turned him blue. So, okay, so Capital Currency says something was common in 1975. I know that was Liberty. So we get caught up, almost caught up, so I can get you guys out of here. And I got to cleanse. It's Monday. It's shower day. What's I got to do with it? Capital Currency says you can make a drum beat on GarageBand, but oh, I don't know what that means, but pretty basic, not like I play. Excuse me. Now watch, Liberty's gonna say, don't cough so loud. Space Miner, FG, yay, fist bump. Liberty says it's he's learned ways to send audio when you have something ready, email, and we'll get it over with. And posts his libertybleedsilver@gmail.com address. Very intimidated by Dub C's voice. Yeah, he definitely got that. There's it's a familiar voice from some of the. I listen to AM radio. I don't listen to occasionally. Accidentally get some AM, but mostly a couple talk radio stations, kind of conservative, and on certain days they're kind of spiritual. But yeah, I can't remember the guy's name. But yeah, Dub C got the voice. Who else has great radio voices? Louis Silver, Losing Louis, same guy. I like Sal, the Metal's voice is kind of gravelly. I have no idea what he looks like, but I can picture it. Like recently, I actually saw a video of the actual Emperor Wang. It did not match my imagination, so I've had to change that. And I've tried to not remember what he looks like because I don't want to see him in public. He lives on the same island as I do, and I don't want to have to restrain myself from saying, "Hey, Wang." and embarrass him and ruin his incognito. There's Forrest. Almost done. Blew me. I did blew you. I thought I blew you. Careful with those buttons. Open. Oh, that was. Use the page down button. Use stacking collector. There's a lot of them out here, on here. Not one of them. Desperately trying to form a community rock band. Nice. Sobriety and Soul comes up that idea. Oops. You need a lapel mic. I got a lapel mic. I don't have a lapel. And I'm actually got it right up. It's got a little fuzzy thing on the end of it, but I probably got it yoked up wrong. Okay, so I'm having volume issues, so what a better time. Let me get through this. Thanks for showing up, Davinia. Non-financial advice, Davinia, because I know Davinia who's a financial advisor at a local bank here. Donald Pearson. Hey, that's a new name on me. Somebody make a link to him if you're allowed. If he has to blue, let me know if you can hear me. I need a lapel mic at Silversmith. Yeah, I apologize. But my yeah, that's because I'm whispering because I don't want the people next door can hear me. It's very tight quarters here in the islands. If you don't cough, you don't get off. Okay, I got that. I get that. Whoops. And Davinia says hi. Hi, Davinia. So I think I'm almost done. I'll let you guys go. Forrest is getting ready to crumble because it's chow time, not LBS chow time, real food time. FG Stacker, thank you. Space Miner, you are the man, the myth, the Osmian machine. Boom, boom. I turned you blue too. Everyone knows Davinia. She is a very pleasant chat contributor. Like Anson Mount. Is that the guy that used to be on Happy Days? Liberty Seer was talking to Emperor Wang about that. I think the lag with streaming would be. Turn that on. Live again. Good boy. Anyway, I'm going to be unalive here real soon, as soon as I get to the bottom of this page. It'd be cool to jam live. Not sure how to do it though. Already covered that, and I look like Anson Mount. I know I remember that part. Talking about Emperor Wang. Okay, yeah, Wang can play the guitar. Sound is bad. Speakers at max. Now, hey, I'm sorry, Davinia, but I kind of knew going into this that my channel would not be for everybody. But someday maybe I'll have a actual studio that doesn't have sound limitations. But it's probably just me. Got a fancy microphone. It wasn't free. And I didn't buy it at a thrift shop. But apparently, I'm not good at microphone. But I have one that plugs in to something, and I used it on my Liberty Breeze interview, and it seemed like it worked once I was able to figure out how to turn it on. If we riff back and forth and we don't have anything worried about syncing. Very nice. Dinner. We need to go for a walk soon. Okay, Davinia, thank you so much. I'm sorry I got volume issues, but that's the least of my issues that I have. I stack issues. So Doug's going to go live. I'm going to get out of here. Davinia, the volume level is reminiscent of the pillow talk that I had with my girlfriend when I was 13. Thanks for bringing back such sweet memories, Sue. Yeah, you'd have made a great baby brother. I would have tortured you. Anyhow, thought you were being attacked there. Davinia, where are you going? Eating dinner? Bathed your pillow? Davinia is in the UK, aka United Kingdom. Sobriety and sober. What the hell was that? Space Knife says, "We love you, Sleuth, even if you're trying to pillow talk us." Is pillow talk and pillow smother with a pillow? Is that the same? There's so many different ways. You younger folks are coming up with all these new sayings and slangs and euphemisms. Kind of like I figured out the other day. I have to, I have to change sometimes. I learn sometimes the hard way that I guess it's different. Instead of telling somebody, "Hey, have a nice day," um, apparently that's okay. But if you were to say, "Hey, enjoy your next 24 hours," that's somehow threatening. I don't know. Okay, awesome. I'm going deaf. You could be going deaf, but no, it's probably. Uh, so I guess an iPhone sounds good. What the heck was that? I need to record my video first today. Being too lazy this morning. Well, hey, if you're gonna start a new year in less than 48 hours and you're working on your procrastination, you might as well get it in while you can in 2024. Uh, Personally, I would procrastinate, but I just keep putting it off. Um, Liberty thinks I turned the volume up for a second. Not really. Hawaiian feedback, yeah, I have to venture out in the public. I hope to not experience some Hawaiian feedback today. Liberty Page Silver. Silver? Yeah. Liberty Page Silver. It's 0642. I'm not a drinker. I haven't been drinking. Just can't talk sometimes. Smutterer talking. Yeah. Pillow talk. That's my kind of pillow talk. They're giving them out for free at Verizon. Wow. Pillow? How wonders over there. Right now, it was a chilly. It is a chilly 57 degrees and rain. Not free but cheap. I like both of those. Free is my preference. Cheap comes in pretty close second. It's not a whole lot of cheap. Oh man, I'm gonna let you guys go. But yesterday, I was watching a live. I had to leave. What did I had to do something. Oh, I had to go buy some cigarettes. And I bought some tweezers and I got to go to feed for myself and my wife. But I stopped by my old cement core collection guy. He tests cement and makes cores, and then he puts them outside of his shop. And he doesn't care who comes and picks them up. He wants people to come pick them up and take them away. He doesn't have the space for it. Space is a premium over here, especially if you're trying to do business out of it. And oh man, I loaded up. You guys say backed up the truck. I not only backed up the truck, I loaded that truck. I got cylinders. I got some really nice solid blocks, cement blocks, um, from the kind with the holes in them. I got a beautiful, huge pallet made out of 2x6s. I don't know. It's super sturdy. It'll probably last a year or two in this tropical heat and sun. Uh, Probably a dozen 5-gallon buckets that are new. All I got to do is unstick them. They're all, pushed together and they've been rained on. So I'm sure that's going to be fun. I'll probably hurt myself. And a bunch of cylinders. Oh man, I might have to get back. I don't like going there during the week. Got to go at night, and I don't like. It's in a bad area, so I don't want to go there at night. But Sundays are good. So yeah, so I like free. I'm a scrounger. Got it. Okay. Liberty's got a split. Have a great day. Yeah. Oh, y'all, you did that on purpose. All right. See you guys. See you, Liberty. Davina, warmer than here, barely 44. Yeah, I'm in Hawaii. I don't see 44. Maybe if I was in a restaurant and they had a walk-in. Um, Brady says bye to Liberty. Bradley, Austin, where you been, brother? Oh, man, I've missed you. Please get on there and send me your address again. I'm sure I wrote it down, but I got something for it. Capital says bye to Liberty. Sobriety must have offended Liberty because he meant see ya, probably not smother you. If you haven't yet, double tap the screen. I don't want to even try to do that. Capital. Base minor. Super, all those. Oh no, these things right here. It's my video so cool. Let's see. What? Oh, yeah. Here, let me put. You mean this? These things? Yeah, I don't do no, I don't, I'm not advanced enough to do demos, Steve. These are American Silver Eagle proofs dating from 1986 when they was in purple boxes. I don't know when they changed over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 86 plus 9. So maybe in 95 they switched over to blues, and I got blues. Got the elusive Mystery 2009 proof, which is kind of U.S. mintish, but not really. That's Daniel Carr. Dub C is getting ready to do a big extravaganza type radio voice video and or live premiere. Could be a premiere and a live on Daniel Carr. Definitely recommend checking out Dub C. So these are from 2000, excuse me, 1986 till I'm thinking 2014 or 13 when I just stopped buying them because, but silver was getting kind of expensive compared to what a lot of these things got, especially these things. Oh my gosh, if I told you what I paid for this stuff, you'd hate me. Um, unless you collected back in, the late 90s, mid 90s. And then you would be able to relate to my thought of not telling people how much I paid for this silver back in the day because it's definitely less than what it is now. So yeah, who asked that question? Space Miner, yeah, that's real stuff. Um, and I don't know. Up until about 4 months ago, I didn't look at this stuff, and I still got stuff that I'm not going to look at until 2029. It's buried. And you can find out where I live, and you come over here, and you're going to have a tough time getting through my security, and then you better bring a backup. Anyhow, there's Emerald Coast Stack. Wow, I hope I haven't missed anybody. But Bradley, get on there and send me your mailing address again, please. It's not required, but I got some goodies for you. All legal stuff. So Emerald Coast Stacker. Wow, this is cool. So we got some reunions going on. ECS does a kind of like a dueling live with I think one of the Florida, I forget. Pretty cool. It's like a live, but there's two people there. Maybe kind of something like an interview, but not really. It's just a back and forth, kind of like a TV show with co-hosts. It's about $15. Maybe it's about $15. Well, um, yeah, uh, less than. What was that? Guess? Yeah, guess less than your guess. Quite a bit. Just do your research. Look out what the silver spot price was in 1998, and you'll hate me. Um, and I bought the bulk of except for these stupid proof things, I bought the bulk of my silver. Probably 90% of my silver was purchased in between 98 and maybe 2000. And then I put it on a schedule because I was comfortable. I stacked for a purpose, and that was to have enough silver and gold in case there was an EMP or something the next day. Okay, so Space Myers, so Emma Crow's got that. I guess you guess. No. Okay. Next up, PT and OS. Well, I actually have a 1/20th ounce coin at platinum. Don't know how I got it, where I got it. I think it was in part of a trade with my coin collector guy that I got a bunch of my first gold from, and then kept trying to talk. We had this. I think it was either 3 or 5 piece JFK 90%, not 90%. Maybe it was 90% silver, but it was a super nice set. I mean, there was a reverse print. He would not trade or sell. I even offered him real money, which isn't real money. I even offered him real Federal Reserve notes for it. Just didn't want to. And I think I highballed him on purpose towards the end of the failed negotiations to see if there was any price he would sell it for, but he did not bite. I'm not even sure he's alive. He quit talking to me because I wasn't in love with Hillary. Good afternoon. Gavinia still here, still not being able to hear me, but you don't need to listen to me. Look at this chat. This chat is awesome. There were no premiums back then, sobriety, unless, you know, that I'm aware of. I can tell you this much. I don't believe that I paid any more for an Eagle than I did for some of the Philharmonics and Maples that I got because I showed up with money in my pocket. I didn't want to leave with money in my pocket. When I say money, I mean Federal Reserve notes. So no, I think, I mean, there was, if you want to call it premiums, there was some stuff that, uh, like fancy proofs and stuff. So yeah, they were more expensive. Some of them weren't that much. I got some graded coins that weren't real. I don't recall the difference between them and just the regular plain old silver American Eagle coin in the, you know, the glass showcase thingy in a plastic, little plastic flip gizmo. No. So premiums, I don't know when premiums come along. If somebody's been collecting back, was collecting back in the late 90s, let me know. Yeah, oh yeah, they had premiums. You're just too stupid enough to notice them. Uh, but I was out the door. I was out the door. I was focused. I was on a mission. And then after that, I didn't, you know, it was more of a luxury. At first, I thought it was a need to have X amount of silver and X amount of gold. And once I attained that very quickly, uh, then it was a want. I want more. I want something pretty. Oh, that's nice. Let me have that. Saw this big, two great big kilo, uh, Australian kilo coins. Kilo. So is that 32 something outfit for 30? No, no, that's, I don't know. It's a lot. And it's 1,000 grams, AKA 1 kilogram. And I don't, you know, maybe I paid a little more for that per ounce than I should have. I don't know. Didn't matter to me. Don't care. And it still really doesn't matter to me, except when I go to write a check or virtually swipe a card at Costco.com to get 4 tubes of Silver Eagles for an ungodly price. I forget what I paid for those. I got those really quick because I remembered, oh, I was going to fill up a monster box with loose Eagles and then forgot about it. And then I'd gotten away. And then 8 years later, I met you guys and uh, you know, had to put some stuff up to figure out what to do with it. Now eventually I figured out, take a lot of pictures of it, both portrait and landscape, try to organize them, and then rebury them and get a free phone app on how to edit and make videos. But I got to wrap it up. It is 6:53. I've got chores to do, and I've got a body to cleanse, and I might have to shave. I haven't figured that part out. So, but I am gonna, because there's some good stuff in this chat. I'm learning, even though I'm just clicking and kind of hoping. I have learned that I have volume issues, but I kind of knew that already. So, okay, so sobriety figured premiums. No, I think I covered that. Divina, should she convert an ounce of gold into junk silver or not? In my opinion, Divina, it depends on how much gold you will have left over and how much silver you have present. And if you feel comfortable with both of those amounts on the gold and silver side, I would keep it. And if you're going to actually convert it to anything, maybe consider osmium. Of course, I've learned a lot about that. Is it an element? Well, I've learned a lot about it. And I used to know, matter of fact, we had to memorize the periodic table back in 1973 or whatever. Space Miner says, no. Yes, I agree with Emerald Coast Sacker and Space Miner. Wasn't going to go. Okay, just teasing us. Do it for platinum or silver. I can't disagree with that, Space Miner. Although I would just hang on to it and, you know, quit buying Starbucks if they got that in the UK. Bangers and fish and chips, and you know, replace some of your retail food with homemade food, and just buy what you want. More gold, more silver. Most are suggesting silver's going back down into the low 20s within, yeah. I suggest that, but I don't know how low. I'm thinking silver's bottom before March. The bottom is the bottom. 24.50. It could go down to 22.50, but yeah, maybe 22.50. But I'm thinking 20. In fact, I think that's part of my official prediction. 24.50 to 29.50. That's my bottom until March. Gold, obviously, you just add a couple zeros on the end of on the right hand side of the price. I think metals are going to fluctuate, going to make things exciting for folks that pay attention to the daily, if not hourly, and sometimes by the minute spot price. I'm not one of those, but I do believe come March, things are going to change for the good or the bad, depending on where you're at in your stacking career and whether or not what your motivations are for stacking in the first place. Mine is just, I, matter of fact, I didn't make a pledge to myself, but I told myself silently, it sounds funny if you talk to yourself out loud, that I'm not going to sell, quotation mark, air quote, any of my stacks for the current Federal Reserve note. Now, in 2029, when I turn 70, part of my plan is to refigure that strategy unless something gets in the way, which I believe will happen, but I kind of revamped that estimate too till about 2000, somewhere between 2032 and 2033. Don't ask me how I come up with that. And I got to bust out my crystal ball that's made out of tin foil, some crumbled up hats, tinfoil hat, and it looks like I'm almost caught up in the chat, but it keeps increasing. 27 soft 4. Yeah, I cannot disagree with you, Space Miner. Uh, and especially to me, spot price is fraud. I don't, unless you're into paper. Just, now, one thing that's kind of intriguing on January 13th or 15th, instead of having to buy a futures contract of gold, which is equal to how many ounces? 200 ounces, something like that. You can actually buy one for an ounce, probably through EF Hutton or whoever your broker is, or your online app thingies next to your crypto, corn silo app. Yeah, that might shake things up. That's why. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that is going to happen between now and the middle of March, and more scary if you get scarred. I don't, but more intriguingly would be, black swans, white swans, false flags, white flags, flags with red symbols in the middle of them. Anything can get in the way. So, yeah, time will tell. You see, okay, so we're back to predicting, prognosticating. Did I just invent a word? So I I don't disagree with Prozac or Space Miner. Actually, it kind of sounds like we're on the same, maybe at least in the same book. Maybe not on the same specific page, because I think the chapters are going to play out. But I think middle of March things are going to get either exciting or a lot more stable for all of it. I think some dust is going to settle. Or it just might be the balloon goes up and it's a total shitstorm. And I have this mark, no children should be doing this. So if you stole or borrowed your adult parent's phone and you're watching and listening and in, shame on you. But don't grumble, get me in trouble for saying bad words. Uh, so Emerald Stacker 27 is where I'm at, not far from my realistic bottom, 26.50. And I just put the 50 cents in there just to be different. Yes, it is unpredictable. And but I also know the only thing that doesn't change in this world, whether it's precious metals or whether politics or whatever, oh, here comes the sun. is change. The only thing that doesn't change is change, but it's predictably unpredictable. Um, I'm killing. Okay, so silver here is 75p. I'm going to guess and say that's pence. So that's 75 pence, which is similar to a cent. Um, and I know there's not much of a difference between pence and cents, so I don't think that's far off. I think silver's about $1 a gram. If you can buy it by the gram. And if you do, people say, "Oh, don't do that. You got to pay up premium." Yeah, well, my little homemade silver pour thingies are going to be around the 1 gram, 2 gram, 5 gram, 31.03104 gram thingies, and I don't, don't. I'm a fractional. I'm a fan of fractional. I'm a fractional fan. They do have Starbucks. So, well, quit buying your Starbucks. Just drive by and jingle jingle your money, your change in your pocket, and think about all that money you're saving by resisting the retail food industrial complex. Okay, so 72 old pence. Oh man, there's more chat showing up. I just saw somebody said I killed somebody. Let me try to find that again. Yeah, lights are coming on. I'm gonna have Okay, so here we're close. Okay, 75 p per gram. They have Starbucks. You know, I've never spent a single dollar at Starbucks. I've never purchased anything on Amazon.com. I'm not an on-com purchaser. No, I didn't even use an ATM card till 2017, which puts me at almost 57 years old back then. Okay, most should be, okay. Capital Currency says you're killing it. Silver City, that's Silver City. Double 7. 25 likes on my first live. Let's go. All right. Well, thank goodness you have not participated in some of my previous marathon lives. And speaking of which, it's 92 minutes in. I have to get done here. I don't want to be rude, but I'm going to finish the chat. I'm going to cough, so this is in honor of Liberty. Hope you could hear that, even though he's gone. Chemical Stacker says most should be eliminating their bad debt instead of focusing on metals. Exactly, Emery. That's no debt. Now, unsecured debt is bad. Some secured debt, like a mortgage, or if you got debt, you're paying on an asset, whether it's appreciating or not. That's a personal. But to me, that's more important than stacking precious metals. Whole life insurance annuities that do pay. Now, I recently got out of the stock market again because I don't want to get caught during another bust. I've been through enough busts in my life. But when I was into the stock market, I was in the blue chip stocks that pay dividends. My favorite stock ever, and they changed names, although the symbol's still the same, was Philip Morris. Now it's Ultra or Atria or something like that. No, but you're right, and the coach Stacker. I agree. At least I agree with you. I have one more 0% interest payment on my Tacoma. It's not a fancy Tacoma. I'm a minimalist. Well, you go to Tacoma in Hawaii. If you don't have a Tacoma, they might ask you to leave. I think it's part of our HOA in my subdivision. You've got to have at least one Toyota, preferably a Tacoma or a Corolla. We got one of each. But it's a 4-cylinder plain Jane. It does have power windows because they didn't have the crank up. It's an automatic because they didn't have a stick shift. I got it early 2020, the last of the 19s, and they were just getting ready to close their doors because of the pop lockdown, and they didn't know if and when they were going to open up again. So yet one more payment of 0% interest, and I'm going to have to figure out what to do with that. It's going to be instant monthly cash flow. But yeah, no debt. I've got a Verizon bill and one more payment. I've got a Verizon bill and I've got a Spectrum bill. I hate my phone, but I use it, and I don't watch TV. But it's a great babysitter for elderly people, and I'm still a caregiver. Not my first. I keep every time I do a live, I'm thinking, wow, that might be my last because they're not easy. I like the one where I did with Liberty, where I didn't have to do nothing but talk. Cool. Um, Space Miner agrees with ECS. Yeah, and I tell you, if you, I don't do, I try to do I try not to do any non-silver videos. But 3 years, I mean, I've been in debt. I've had, you know, mortgages, car loans, credit cards. But there are some really neat methods to turn the credit card industry around so that you're benefiting from it if you want to maintain a credit score. I thought I was to the point where I didn't care about credit anymore after I paid it all off, but I learned along the way that credit can be a good tool, especially if you use it wisely, uh, whether that be cash rewards or cash back or airline miles. I don't fly. I don't know if I'll ever fly again. Not out of choice. I'm not sure if I'm off the list where they don't let you fly. Maybe they'll let me to fly to Kauai, someplace like that. But I don't care. I don't care. I don't think I'll ever fly. But so there's all different. Now that's just the minor thing. But you can, if you let's say you need to raise your credit score because you're young and you do want to get a mortgage or you want your credit score higher for whatever reason. Yeah, there's techniques that can be done, especially now with that. You can check your balance on your credit card, 100 times a day if you want to. You can move money from one bank account to the other, or from a home equity line of credit or a personal line of credit into paying off a mortgage if you want to, or construction like a backhoe or a mini excavator, all kinds of, or a farm, or a goat herd because you want to figure out how you can develop a nonprofit so that you can save from having to pay property tax because it's part of a charity. But so credit is not, it's not the devil's tool that I used to think it was. Although, yeah, the devil knows how to use it, but you don't have to. Profit, keeping what you make, that's right. I hate interest, I hate paying interest, but sometimes letting them earn, and I use that term loosely, but sometimes letting the credit card issuer and or the bank that's issuing the credit card, let them earn a token amount of interest to your advantage. And yeah, that could come in handy. So I'm almost done and I've got to get off of here. I've said that already at 7:08 a.m. here. That's 07:08. Uh, let's see, it's 6 minutes sobriety. I'll do it during the chat. Good. I'm still a live virgin. I will do a live one. Do it now. Space Miner says he'll join it. Davinia, that would be a crown and a showing pre-1920. Davinia, we haven't figured out now, she lives in the UK, so if you need to learn about European money, she's a good source of information. It's definitely a smart person. Catholic SNS, just do it. Sobriety, yeah. So we're talking about European money, look, UK money. Oh, Lisa, Lesa Anderson, thank you. Recent friend I acquired through, I forget who's live. Um, but yeah, and I did find you, and I found which four numbers after your name distinguishes you from. There's a bunch of other Lesa Andersons out there. Crazy. Thank you for showing up. Capital's got to go. Thanks, Capital. Tune in to Capital's channel on every day of the week, sometimes twice or more a day, because he's always putting out really valuable content. Same thing with Space Miner. Same thing with all you folks. Liberty bleeds silver, sobriety on silver. Everybody's got different takes on the same subject, and it's cool. And if you're like me and kind of slow, you can pause it, pay attention, take notes, all kinds of stuff. And sometimes they'll make you laugh. FG's got to go. Catch you later. Thanks, FG. Uh, thank you, Lisa Anderson. Space Miner says hi to Lisa. Davinia says hi. Lisa's saying hi to everybody. Everybody knows Lisa with an E. But I credit, I mean beat. Everything is credit now. By credit, I mean debt. Yeah, but it didn't have to be, Davinia. And let's, needs versus wants. I like to live below my means. I call it comfortably poor. Davinia says credit cards are of the devil as far as concerned. That's right. That's exactly right. But doesn't have to be. Should they be illegal ban? No, I believe in free will and capitalism, and it's up to the individual. Now, should they teach credit card management and banking and subjects like that in junior high school? Absolutely. But since they don't, if I had children, I was never blessed with children. Got dogs, they don't care about money. But I would have, not only would I have taught them all that stuff, I would have issued them a credit card, you know, uh, bank as parent, and taught them how I basically let them learn how you can get in trouble with a credit card. Not so much trouble, but it can definitely cost you in the long run. And I'd have made them stick to it. The Bank of Sleuth. So the money for the interest doesn't exist, therefore it's impossible for the debt to be paid off completely. No, you can definitely uh, zero out credit cards. I've done it personally. I have I had one credit card until I ran into Louie and you guys, and I got a PayPal credit card just for the fun of it. Didn't cost me nothing. It made it dinged my credit score a little bit, but not under 800. And then I used it on some pouring supplies, poor man's crucible, and a couple molds, and maybe a stamping, a bull terrier little stamp, so I can put my insignia on some of my silver bull terrier. And did kind of like a mini payment schedule on it, let them earn a couple, $2 or $3 in interest over the course of 2 months, and boom, back up credit score, not even sniffing 800, the bottom side of 800 anymore. So there's ways that you can make credit work for you. Um, just my opinion. I have proven it, but so Lisa can barely hear me either. No, it's not just you, it's me. Um, And so, okay, sweetie, thank you. Lisa says to Davina, confirming that they're not debt. Uh, we're not talking about all the debt. I'm talking about all the debt in my personal debt. Oh well, country's debt. Yeah, that's our debt. But, sort of, but not really. Yeah, but that's the definition of inflation. Okay, I can put the mic right up against my mouth, which is next to my cigarette, might burn my mic, which is next to my mouth. But I'm getting ready to sign off, Lisa and Davinia. I really thank you for hanging in towards the end. It's like there's either 5 watching or 4 others plus myself. Um, I don't know if my mic has improved, and maybe I'm too close to the microphone. I don't know. But definitely got to work on that. This microphone was a lot more than $9.99, but I got me a pair of ear pods or earbud thingies. They're not $9.99, and then I think they took a buck off at the cash register, and they seem to be working fine as headphones. But I don't know if they've got a microphone feature. If the microphone feature on them works half as good as the headphone feature works, um, maybe that is the answer, and I'll have to chalk this fancy wireless microphone that costs more than $10 up to experience, along with the other wireless stuff that I've purchased in my lifetime that is filling up drawers all over the place. So, well, awesome. Well, someone said that I had a X amount of number of viewers or likes or something like that, and I've still got 6 watching now. I can't believe that. I really appreciate you folks. At the very least, my lives, my videos, maybe you'll get a little bit of information here and there. Maybe you'll find something else that you forgot, because I'm not sharing anything new. 26 Wolf medals, all right. Bro, I'm getting ready to pour, and I've got some Israeli uh, stuff and some non-Israeli stuff coming your way very, very, very soon. I'm a tightwad, so if I can only spend one postage fee to get a bunch of stuff out at the same time, I'd rather do that. Um, Space Miner says I'm getting hammered at today. It's not just today, Space Miner. It's all the time. Although I think, and but now mostly on lives. I've not been getting people grumble about my regular non-live videos. So audio, yep, 210. Well, thanks for showing up. I appreciate that. I'm going to have to put a disclaimer in my next live uh, warning about the volume issues. I apologize. And as I'm apologizing, I got this fancy wireless microphone with a fuzzy thing on it right up against my mouth. Someone says, Spaceman, I have Israeli stuff. Well, I do. I have a set of, I think, 1970 Israeli coins. It's a neat card. I don't know where I got them. Wolf Metal has mentioned it in a video. I don't know when and where. And all I know is I got them in my new special outgoing box, and with his name on a post-it note. And I'm getting ready to do some pours. And since I'm going to send this and a poker chip, I might as well throw one of my custom pours in there. Although I think he's a pourer and he'll probably chuckle at it. 210 Stacks, thank you for showing up. I know the audio sucks. Um, yes, I have Israeli stuff, told you about that, but I got Israeli gas masks as part of my preps, with the canisters. I stack canisters and everything. I've had them for years. I'll probably never use them. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I should use them when I'm pouring, but I'm definitely getting me a welder's mask to save what little bit of eyesight I still got left. Um, no, no, you weren't hammering me. So it's not an uncommon. Um, what's a better word than complaint? Um, it's not an uncommon discovery um, or situation. There you go. So, Davinia, when you get a loan from the bank, they give you money and charge you interest, but the money for the interest doesn't exist. Therefore, it's impossible to pay. It's not impossible to pay off your debts. And first of all, never get another loan in your life. Get a line of credit. Line of credit is revolving. It's simple interest. Most people are fooled by a mortgage that's at 4% interest versus a credit card or a personal line of credit or a home equity line of credit at 14% or 12% or 10%. But mortgages, loans are front-loaded, amortized, amortized interest. And if it's a car or a house, especially a house, a 30-year note, they're front loading that interest in the first 7 to 9 years. And there's not a coincidence why after people get a mortgage and pay that minimal, amount due once a month on time, typically on time, that after 7 years, they start getting letters from their bank, probably after 5 years. Oh, hey, you qualify for this and that and that, and take out refinance, take out a home equity loan. No loans, lines of credit, whether it be a credit card, a personal line of credit, a business line of credit, or a home equity line of credit. Or you can even get more advanced. You're welcome, Metals. You can get more advanced and learn about whole life insurance annuities and become your own bank. Borrow from yourself and get paid to do it. But don't borrow from yourself to buy a fancy Ferrari unless you're stuck with money, and then you don't need to borrow, right? But if you're going to take out money, buy an asset. Don't buy something fancy. You know, needs and wants. Anyhow, I'm getting off of that soapbox because it's not silver related. And I could go on and on about prepping and finance and economics and golf and bull terriers, but I use that. I'm going to be putting that on other channels where I used to. Dog walk by. Thank you for the live stream, Davinia. Sorry about the volume. Um, and so 210 stacks. Thank you and welcome. Thanks for showing up. 8 people watching now. I've really got to go. So 210, he said it was next to its mouth, so I don't know. Yes, it was, is, and I'm going to work on that. So with that in mind, I'm going to sign off. But first, before I sign off, I want to give you my tagline, ending tagline that I do put at the end of almost all my videos when this is pertaining to gold and silver. Get what you can, while you can, where you can, when you can and while you still can without neglecting your other priorities, obligations, and investments. So thanks for everybody for showing up. Until the next time, whether that be a live or a regular plain old video thing or me seeing you in the chat. All right then. Ooh, what's that? Bunch of stuff. All right then. Later, taters. How do I turn this thing off? An hour and 50 minutes. Well, that's kind of short by my standards. All right, thanks. Over and out.